Hi, I'm Steve Martinez, the founder of Bag of Flames. You ever wanted to set a flames on a car or truck? Well, we're going to show you how to do those symmetrically and with ease in just a few easy steps. Bag of Flames kit comes complete with two patterns, one for the hood, one for the side. We've also included in our kit a billet wheel to be able to perforate the pattern, a bag of chalk, which will be able to transfer the pattern, and a set of instructions step by step. At Bag of Flames, we spent the time to design the patterns to be able to expand and contract at your custom tailor. Through the years, we have found that through the evolution, we started with a wheel like this, proceeded onto a swivel type wheel, which we found that wasn't really quite really well enough for us to be able to do the job. So then we switched to what we call a solid billet wheel. Much more tighter design, more balance, longer handle, more comfort. After all, you're going to spend some time with this wheel, so you'll need it for a long time. This wheel, by the way, can be used for other patterns as well for future jobs. The first thing we suggest with Bag of Flames, you clean the surface properly, either with hot soapy water, or in this case, we're using an aerosol wax and grease remover. You want to properly remove all grease and wax from the surface. Place the pattern onto a smooth surface, such as I have with this piece of cardboard that I picked up at the hardware store. But for example purposes, we're going to put this up on the wall so you're able to see it a little better. With the Bag of Flames method, you do not need to use any type of X-Acto knives or any type of cutting tools, which will actually cut into the substrate or the finish of the vehicle. For this type of work, what we do is we simply perforate the pattern, following along the line that we've already drawn out for you. Now these little holes which you'll see come through here will allow the chalk to be able to transfer through the pattern. The next step to Bag of Flames we suggest we want you to do is pull the pattern back. The back side you'll find that there's these perforation marks. Once you take a piece of 240, just slightly sand, open these holes up. Now what we're going to do is we're going to place the pattern and center it to the hood of what we like the pattern to look like, how far or how forward you'd like to have the pattern. For example, if you want the flames to start off further back, then you start the pattern here. If you want them more forward, you can put them here. So you place it to wherever you desire. Then the next thing you want to do is tape this pattern down. A couple places on each corner, making the pattern as tight as we possibly can. Making sure your center line is where you would desire it. It doesn't have to be exactly on the center line, but in this case, this car's got a wide hood. Okay, now that we've positioned the pattern where we desired it to be, we're going to make some registration marks. These are so when we flip the pattern over, we're able to line up exactly in the same spot. In this case, we're going to use the jamb. So we're going to make a little mark here. Make a little mark down here on the jamb here. This is the edge of the fender. We're going to make another one here at the edge of the header panel. So when we flip this pattern on to the other side, these marks will be exact same spot. In the Bag of Flames kit, we supply you with, again, some blue chalk. And what we suggest you do is take an old sock, open up, cut off half of it, open it up, pour the blue chalk inside, secure it to a ball, wrap some tape around it, like this, and you'll end up with something that looks just like this. Okay, and then you take, and as you tap through, you'll notice the chalk transfers. You're ready to go. Now what we want to do is we actually want to pounce the hood pattern first. We're going to take and push the pattern down as tight as we can against the hood, tap against it and just drag. We don't really need to pounce on top of it. We just need to drag the chalk into the holes and make sure we don't miss any areas. What we've also found is in our kits and through our research that a sock works the best. The reason for is because it gets into the curves where the flat pounce pads do not transfer as well. The next step with bag of flames is we can position this pattern either long or shorter. We can expand and contract the pattern to whatever we see fit. In this case, we're going to use a stock configuration. We're going to use the full length of it. We'll line these two patterns up. We'll take a piece of tape. We'll tape the pattern down, making sure that the apexes all line up. You want to make sure you tape the pattern down as tight as you can against the car. Get to the bottom, just throw a little tack down here. And you're pretty much ready to go. Now this chalk was able to do many, many vehicles. You can use this over and over again. I think we found it can do like 5 or 6 times on a car, depending on the size of the car, of course. Again, you want to make sure you tap this. Just drag it through the holes. You don't necessarily need to tap on top of the holes. For the next step of bag flames, we want you to remove the pattern. Place it on the wall. What you want to do is just gently remove the excess chalk. So when we flip it over, we have the minimum amount on this side. We place the pattern, flipping it over, so where it's upside down. If you look real close, we made these registration marks with a Sharpie, so they transfer through real well. Our center line should line up right here. Making sure that these line up. We go back to the back of the hood there, and we line up this mark here to the edge of the jamb, and now we're exactly the same spot as we would be on the other side. Now we're going to repeat the same process where we pounce through the holes, so you can really see through here how they transfer through to the hood. Again, tapping and just dragging the chalk through the holes.